hair. Ooh, love the way that this came out. My screen, I feel like this is always dirty. I'm gonna take this whole time on the keyboard. Oh my gosh. Woo! After doing this 4 times in a row, I would think that I would not be nervous anymore. Still nervous. Hello. What is up, Raja? Welcome back. How are you? I made this tea and forgot about it. I'm gonna try to drink it for the first time, and it's probably going to burn my mouth. What's up, you
Mhm.
guys?
When I used to work at Starbucks, they taught us how to drink hot, like coffees and teas.
Uh-huh.
You're supposed to like slurp it so that you can not only drink it while it's hot, but also taste all the flavors correctly on your tongue.
Because I was wondering, like, how we're supposed to taste it without burning the fuck out of our mouths. And I keep making stuff in my hot ass thermos and like not leaving the thermos open for it to cool. So it's gonna burn the fuck out of my mouth every time. Woo!
Asking for second degree, third degree burns.
Okay. Oh my gosh. So as I was getting ready for this live, I was on my TikTok live telling them how nervous I was because I feel like I don't know with everything else with like branding, with project planning, with marketing, those are all things that I have done for like big name music artists. Like I feel very confident in that. But like today talking about independent profitability and making money for yourself. This is all stuff that I have taught myself and that I have been doing to help indie music artists make money and stuff like that. So I don't know, something about that element made me a little bit more nervous to talk about it. But I'm excited. I want you guys to, period. This is my testimony very much. Let me go ahead and get the chat up because the chat be popping. Y'all be talking to me, and I appreciate you guys for that because this could suck. I could be here talking by myself with no one interacting with me, but I don't have to because y'all are here. Okay, so let's get it popping. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jasmine Kiera. I call myself the all-around entertainment girl. I have over 10 years of experience working both in music as well as television. All of my corporate artist management experience, or all of my music experience was in corporate artist management. I don't care how many times I talk, I don't, or tell this story for some reason. I'm just always nervous talking about myself. It's so weird because she can talk. Like I'm a fucking talker. So what the hell? Um, but yeah, so all of my experience in the music industry has all been in corporate artist management. And then I broke off in 2021 and started my own management company. And then I took it a little further and I decided to start marketing consulting last year. So I basically saw that the music industry has a big hole when it comes to artist development. There's not enough people who have the time to develop artists, or they don't know how artists should be developing. And that's what big music investors like brands and even DSPs, if they offer label services like SoundCloud or different things like that, who I know are starting to get into that, or even indie labels, all of that, they are looking for more developed artists. And so I'm like, how unfair to these independent music artists who just know how to make music really well, but never were taught how to market or how to develop as an artist. And where the fuck would they learn how to do this? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I also started this Amplify Your Artistry initiative or intensive, because I was just like, y'all need to learn how to do this. So thank you everyone for being here this whole month with me. I hope that you guys have learned something. I see a bunch of people in here who have been to at least one, if not more, of my previous workshops this month. So yeah, let me know. Like you guys got to get all of this shit for free. Anybody who did not come to this, I'm about to start packaging and selling these as courses. So that's my next venture. So thank you guys for being here and for rocking with me. I'm gonna cut that out of the course when I repackage this and sell it. But I appreciate you guys all being here and taking your time and investing in me as I invest in you. And yeah. So without further ado, let me go ahead and share my screen and get right into it. And honestly, if you guys want more of this, I'm thinking about making this something that I do at the top of every quarter to get us like just kind of as a check-in. So as you guys start implementing these strategies, if there's stuff that you're struggling with, hit me up. Maybe I can make another course or something about this in the next quarter. Don't hold me to it. I'm still deciding if I want to do it every quarter, if I want to do it like a semester, like biannually, or how much, but I think Amplify Your Artistry is an initiative and a campaign that I'm going to keep going. Okay, so back to all of the things. Hold on, let me make sure that I have the chat up. Where did that go? No, not team chat. Someone type something in the chat so I can see if it pops up because I want to make sure that I see. Oh, here we go, and found it. Okay, all right. We back. So, independent profitability, unlocking the future of music business. So jumping right into it, the reason why I feel like knowing how to make money yourself in music is so important, and why I wanted to talk about independent profitability is because I feel like that is the future of the music industry. I feel like the music industry is an ever evolving landscape, and the reason why is because the music industry only thrives when we have consumers who are buying our music, who are buying our tickets to live shows, our merch, all of that. And the way that those consumers find their music is always changing. So when having music videos was the biggest thing, people were investing millions of dollars into music videos. Fast forward today, people are saying the music video is dead because people are investing millions of dollars into creating content to have different ways to get their songs in front of people so that it becomes popular. More people are streaming it, more investors are interested in you, and all of that good stuff. But the thing is, you don't need a label to pour millions of dollars for you to be able to get your shit seen and heard. You could do that by yourself, by investing in yourself. But it's knowing how to invest in yourself, knowing how to have long-term sustainability, and knowing how to really get your music out there, whether you're a music artist yourself or whether you manage music artists and those are your clients. You have to know how to make your artist a brand and how to operate that brand and market that brand and become a business. Because if you're a music artist, you're an entrepreneur, believe it or not, or whether you like it or not. It is what it is. So that's what I want to teach you guys. I want to teach you guys about independent profitability. I want to teach you guys about how to succeed over time for the long haul, because even all of the stuff that I teach when it comes to branding, marketing, creating content, and just being able to promote your music, it's for you to have a sustainable fan base. I want you guys to build a career that sustains you so that you don't have to work for anyone else or do anything else with the rest of your life except for what, you really want to do, which is create music. If you're dope, if this is really your calling, if this is really what you are meant to do. A lot of people want to do music. I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying if it's not a bop, it's gonna flop every time. So there has to be some musical quality there. So make sure that you're investing in your sound and developing your sound and getting feedback on if you even make good music and if this is what you should be doing. If you are and I'm not saying like if you're a truck driver who's been making music for 20 years, I'm not saying that you're not good at it. I'm just saying that are you getting feedback? Like, do you know if it's good, or do you just want to do this because you don't want to be a truck driver? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, okay. Independent profitability in the music industry, or in the future of the music industry, really comes down to three things. I don't know why I'm so like a threes and fives when it comes to tips and things. Um Oh, when it comes to music feedback, that might be something that I start doing on my live stream on TikTok, or maybe on YouTube if TikTok goes away, because I heard the TikTok ban just became a thing. But I can provide feedback that way, because there's a bunch of people on TikTok now providing feedback with no musical experience, where I was like, I feel like music artists and people might want to hear from someone who's actually worked in the music industry and like who, you know what I'm saying? Like want like wants some feedback. And yeah, yes, R&B nerd on here. There's a bunch of R&B music curators and different people who can give you feedback as well. But yeah, I definitely, that's something that I want to do, because all I care about is helping music artists, and giving them honest feedback about their music is very helpful. If you keep playing it for your friends and everybody's like, that's cool, love that, not helping you grow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever. Anyways, so the three things about independently making your money in the music industry, you got to understand what independent profitability is and why it's important. And then I want to give you guys tips on how to navigate being an independent music artist or professional in the music industry. And then we'll go into building sustainable profitability, so being able to make music for a long time over time. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. So independent profitability is the ability to be an artist or a music business and to make money without relying on the traditional industry structures, which are not just major labels because they provide funding, but also brands. Those are also partners as well. So when you think about Red Bull having a label and stuff like that, brands also invest in the music industry. And now brand partners like Beats, they partner with Apple's. Like there's a bunch of brand partnerships that happen in music, and even DSPs. So DSPs are digital streaming platforms such as Apple Music and SoundCloud. They have their own investing labels. Like Platoon is Apple Music's indie label. I don't know if you guys even know what Platoon is or if you've heard of it, but that's their own label. I know SoundCloud is investing in music artists as well. And who knows, Spotify could do that in the near future. A bunch of these DSPs realize their power and their ability to spread music. Oh, wait, can you mute yourself? Who is on here? I need you to mute. Thank you. I'm gonna just go ahead and mute anybody who's not muted already, so that doesn't happen again, because I know it was on accident. But yeah, so you don't have to rely on these traditional structures to be able to get your own shit rocking. But the goal is, you don't want to do this on your own forever. Like if you want to attract their attention and if you want to get the attention of labels and investing partners, knowing how to do this on your own is going to be super crucial, so that when you go into those boardrooms, you are negotiating from a position of power and not a position of need. You don't need them for anything. They're just going to add to what you already got going on yourself. So that gives you empowerment in and of itself. That also, working for yourself, gives you flexibility when it comes to decision making. And that's the thing too. All of these partnerships with labels and stuff, they come at a price. Not being able to make your music and not being able to distribute your music when you want to, not being able to release your music when you want to. If you are a music artist, you know that creativity is fleeting. When you are feeling something, you're only going to feel it for a certain amount of time. So to be forced to try to be in that creative zone and think of, like, the creative juices only flow for a certain amount of time. And that's the thing. They only need to flow for like 18 months. You know what I'm saying? Like for us to have longevity. And that's like super planned out. Like we're doing a tour, we're doing all of that stuff. That's when a rollout can last for like 18 months. But if you are just releasing singles, your rollouts can be every like 4 to 6 weeks. Take a break, batch record the content, plan your next rollout, and then get into it again because you want to build a catalog of music so that you have, like, if someone finds your shit and they think it's cool and they want to hear more from you, you know what I'm saying? Have a catalog of music, but don't just release albums. Don't just release EPs all at one time. Release songs one at a time to build a fan base to, and then release an EP when you have built anticipation for that EP. You feel me? And so challenges can be, hello, resources, not having money, marketing limitations, not being able to run ads on things, and being able to have the most reach possible. But that's the thing, running ads is not as expensive as you guys think. Like, you can run a $10 ad on a TikTok video and get like 4,000 views. Like, it's about it's about building a target audience. It's about looking at your analytics, knowing who you make music for, knowing who is coming to your channels, and when you run ads, doing it in a targeted way so that you get the best results possible. Like, it's crazy to me that it's even an option for you to like post a video and promote it immediately. Like, post the video and see how it does organically and see if people are fucking with it, then put money in it after. Like, never promote a video just because this is my out now clip. I should be promoting it. No, 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 no. Okay. Take the time. Like, post-release marketing is the wave. The longevity of your stuff after you've released it, a lot of the focus is how long can you sustain our attention and how many people can I get this in front of before I release my next song. So now it's not about getting everyone's attention before you release the music. It's about keeping their attention after you release the music and then building a fan base and having more people fuck with you and fuck with your music over time. Um, so yeah. So practical tips for navigating the industry landscape independently. So direct to fan engagement, I feel like is huge and I feel like is not being utilized as much as it should be. I'm not talking about you guys liking people's comments or just responding to comments on your videos. I'm talking about you guys building like a real fucking vibe for your fans that they want to be a part of. So if this is you having a Discord server where you guys share memes and stuff about music, or about, like, if I am an ethereal R&B artist, I'm sharing like a smokers playlist because who the fuck listens to ethereal R&B? Come on. We know what y'all doing. We know what y'all doing when you want to elevate your vibes. So it's like, think about the people who like the kind of music that you create and build a world for them, build a community for them. JT has a makeup community group on Twitter. I thought that was dope. Super smart. Super smart. You are so right. Deandria, let me know if I didn't pronounce that right, but I believe it's Deandra. Yes. So that's my thing. It's like, what do you like to do? What do you already fuck with where it's going to be easy for you to build a community that fucks with it as well? Because other people like the same shit that you do. Even JT, like, with this rollout, kudos to my girl, because like, baby was in jail when she started going up and her popularity started rising. When she came out of jail, everybody wanted so much from her, but it's like, can I enjoy my freedom? Can I enjoy my rights? Can I enjoy the fact that I don't have somebody watching me take a piss? Like, she needed some time to like accumulate, whatever, but to get back into accumulate, I don't know, get intricated back into society. And now she's like, okay, I feel like doing shit now. I'm going to, solo JT, assimilate. Yes, acclimate. There we go. Assimilate, acclimate, all of the words. I think those both have like the same meaning. But she needed that time, and now that she has that time, she is doing really fun stuff. She is doing fun stuff with the community at her own pace, because I think that something that we've realized is JT is really introverted. Just because she's a good rapper and just because she likes wearing sexy clothes does not mean that she likes a bunch of people, does not mean that she likes to talk to a bunch of people. So even the content that she's doing, where it's like her, like, she didn't ask me anything, where you guys sent her like questions on Twitter and she answered them in the video. That's very, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to be on live, but that's the thing. Maybe you're good on live. maybe you can do that live and you go live consistently and people like the energy that you bring to a live stream. That can be your exclusive experience that you provide. But it's about having direct communication with your fans, having personalized experiences based on what your fans like and what they come to you for as a music artist. What kind of vibes do you give off? Provide me with that. And then exclusive content offerings. So do not just do shit on these apps because as we've seen with the TikTok ban, that shit can all go away tomorrow. You need to have ownership of your audience, which means you need to have a website. You need to be collecting emails. If you have a podcast, maybe the only way that they can see the video version of your podcast is if you have a paywall on your website. Like you don't even have to do this through what's the thing that everybody goes to that people pay for? What is it? Patreon. You don't even have to do this through Patreon. You can do this on your own on Squarespace. And you can have a paywall for content where you don't like none of this has to go to anywhere else. You can do all of this on your own. You see what I'm saying? You know, literally pausing editing a BTS video to watch this, but hope that bringing people into the process helps them get to know me. Yes, I think I follow you on Twitter and I saw you just shooting like BTS for your next single. I think it was maybe BTS for your performance content, but even that was so intriguing. And I see your tweets all the time and stuff, but even seeing that, I was like, ooh, what's she got going on? Like, just even that's how you can let people know that you have shit going out without being like, new music coming your way. I got new music. Here's the release date. Here's the out now asset. Did you check out my new music? We don't fucking care. We don't care. Give us a reason to care. Give us something to fuck with. Give me a person to care about. That is how you connect with people. So that's that direct to fan engagement that I was talking about. Stop telling us all the shit that you're doing and start showing us so that we give a fuck in the nicest way possible. I'm very direct. I'm sorry, you guys, but like in the nicest way possible that I can say that. Okay. So diversified revenue streams. Also very important. When you think about making money in music, is all y'all think about streaming? Is that all y'all think about? Because even if all you think about is streaming, are you marketing your music so that people are even streaming it? Do you talk about your shit enough for you to get streams? But outside of that, making merch. I literally like Laren Wong, that is someone that I'm cool with. I've done a lot of work with. I'm watching him do his rollout right now. He's showing people ironing on the shit on on his shirts. That's what we need to see. Get it out the mud, bro. If it is you on the street with real physical copies of your mixtape, passing them out, like playing your music out the speaker of your trunk in a safe way, because a lot of y'all are Black men and I want your lives protected. So in the safest way possible. But I'm just saying, like, that is the real, that's how Outkast came up, is by passing out their mixtape with samplers of their songs at Freaknik. Like, that's real marketing. That's that when everybody talks about what are we gonna do if TikTok goes away? It's like, oh, y'all, y'all don't know how to market for real. Because TikTok just made it easier. TikTok made it easier, made it faster, made it quicker. And we like microwave results, but marketing doesn't go away just because these little platforms and apps go away. So you need to learn how to market yourself. You need to learn how to have diverse sources of income. So whether that is merch sales, where you are doing just one at a time. Don't invest in 200 t-shirts, bro. Get 50 of them made and try to sell those 50. And then if you can sell those 50, re-up and have it be, and 50 t-shirts might sound like a lot, not if you breaking them down into sizes. Have smalls, mediums, large, extra large, 2X, because people like to have it big. Think about that. That's already 5 sizes. What if you just got 10 shirts in each of those 5 sizes? But think about your audience. Are most of them going to get the oversized? Should I get more 2X? Should I get more XL? Like, do a sample run, get small orders and try to sell them. And if you have live performances, sell your merch there. You know what I'm saying? Some venues take a cut of merch, some don't. And you're also missing out on selling physical copies of your album, of your CDs, of your, if people want to be nostalgic with it, get cassette tapes, whatever. But if you're wondering like why the fuck do people get CDs made? It's because you can sell them as merch. And it's because people care about that shit still. Like it's a nostalgic thing. Um and that's honestly, that's a really great marketing campaign to have like a CD where it's your single and then there's like a 30-minute or 1 minute teaser of all the other songs that are going to be coming on your unreleased mixtape or next marketing project. And passing those out in person. And getting content while you pass those out. Somebody steal that, please. Somebody do that for your next release, please. But I'm saying, like, this, I does this. That's why, like, that kind of shit just comes to me off the top of my head when I'm talking to a screen because y'all not even, well, y'all are talking back in the comments, so I fuck with you. But I'm just saying, like, this is why I do this, is because this is how my brain works. And that's how I knew that I needed to do marketing to help music artists grow. Because music artists, your creativity goes into the music or even might go into the visuals. Like sometimes you have something visually in your mind that when you're creating music, you're like, you can see it play out in that way. Use that to also make your content. Use that to think about your cover art, your branding, all of that. And have the next tip, a DIY mindset. How can I do all of this shit on my own? I know I didn't talk about sync licensing and also like digital distribution platforms, but those are also other sources of revenue that you guys should look out. So outside of just wanting to have royalty revenue from your streams, you want to have merch sales, you want to book live performance where you can also sell your merch and grow your fan base and community, which is going to help your streams. You also want to explore sync licensing. If you are 100% independent and you own your master, what the fuck are you doing with that master? If you are not out here trying, pitching, who are the music supervisors on shows that would fuck with your music? So if you are a rapper, you need to be looking at Raising Canaan. You need to be looking at, I mean, I know the Ghost Empire is falling apart, but I'm just talking about, you need to be looking in the credits for the music supervisors on those shows, going onto LinkedIn, finding out how to find them and sending them your music. That is how you get your music on TV shows. It's not easy, it's work, but it's achievable. You got to know how to look. You got to know where to get it in. So if you're just like, how do I get synced? Like, it's like, don't go after a sync deal. Because even a sync deal, like that doesn't guarantee anything. Nobody can guarantee anything unless they are a music supervisor on the show. And music supervisors, they want good music too. They don't know where to find it. And that's my thing, is that it takes work to find really good music, but if you are doing the work to send it directly to the supervisor, less work that they had to do. You know what I'm saying? If you are saying this could be really great for these kinds of scenes, all of this, you can even ask ChatGPT, hey, I am a rapper. I make melodic rap. I want to send my music to a music supervisor for TV shows. Da, 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 da. Tell me what I need to include in an email. If ChatGPT tells you what to include in an email, tell them to write the email for you. Like, I'm work smart, not hard. And digital distribution platforms. Hello, CD Baby, DistroKid, United Masters. We Too Lost. We know how to do this. We know how to do this. We know. Okay, we know how to get our music distributed. So yeah, didn't want to go on to the DIY mindset without completing diversified revenue streams because that is not something to be glossed over. We need to know how to make money. Period. Okay. Miss Chat just wrote me a press release, and that, okay, Miss Chat is that girl every time. Miss Chat's going to do it. Chatiana, we're like this, okay. My I'm a crip with all the C's that I use for all of my content, but my big three is CapCut, Canva, and Chat GPT. That's my big three. Don't shoot me. I'm not a real crip. I'm gonna put the C down. I feel I shouldn't even have that C up. I feel like I'm perpetrating. Anyways, I'm in California. I'm like, fuck, did somebody see me through the window? No, I'm playing. Okay, so the DIY mindset, that is super, super, super crucial, needed, necessary if you're about to do this out here on your own. Because always thinking about when I get a label, when I get the money, when I get this, you're not thinking about all the shit that you could be doing on your own right now to get to the point where labels even want to fuck with you. And if you're always thinking about when and not thinking about the now, you're never gonna get to the win. So DIY mindset, doing it yourself when it comes to music production, marketing, promotion, leveraging all of these online tools and resources. Like I just said, doing the work to figure out who music supervisors are on the types of shows that might actually sync, your music or license your music. That is the kind of DIY approach that I want you guys to have. That is the mindset that I want you guys to have. And I have mentorship sessions. It's way too much to talk about for me to help each and every individual person, which is why I have these mentorship sessions so that we can talk about whatever challenges you're having and being able to make money as a music artist right now, how to overcome those challenges. And then, I've helped people release music. Someone from my mentorship sessions just got her song played on the radio last week. She's in Melbourne. And imagine how fucking hard it is to be a Black R&B artist in Melbourne, Australia, you guys. Okay? She's Zimbabwe. I can't even say Zimbabwean. There's a way to say it, and I'm not saying it right. But yeah, so I helped her like market and promote her music, and she's in such a niche area. Just her marketing and promoting her music for 6 weeks got the attention of radio. That's huge. That's so huge because so many people can hear your music that didn't even know who the fuck you were. So I was like, girl, you need to talk about dating in as a Black woman in Australia because what is that like? I would like to know. Anyways, I have ADHD. I can go off into other tangents. But I want you guys to have this DIY mindset when it comes to making money in music because you can do it. You don't need anybody else. Everybody else is going to pour gasoline on the fire, but you don't get fire started on soaked wood, okay? You got to start the fire yourself. There's got to be some kindling, there's got to be some, you got to get it started, okay? um as someone else with ADHD, I don't mind. Y'all here for the tangents. I'm not losing people, so y'all fuck with me and I appreciate it. Anyways, strategic partnerships, collaborating with like-minded artists, and even when it comes to the music production, when I'm talking about the DIY, I mean, you can get into Logic and Pro Tools and all that shit yourself, but also I'm talking about connecting with other up and coming indie producers who is mutually beneficial for you guys to work together. You aren't going to go up and people unless people use your beats. I'm not going to go up unless I have beats to make music. So let's be friends and make music together. Hello. It's really that it sounds simple as fuck because it is simple as fuck. You just got to talk to people. That's really what it is. And how are you going to even know who to talk to if you're not networking online, if you're not going out to shows and networking within your community, if you are in a big city? So yeah. Anyways, going back to strategic partnerships, well, I mean, I feel like strategic partnerships and music production, they kind of go hand in hand because collaborating with like-minded artists, with like-minded producers, with independent labels such as, AWOL, The Orchard, Gwen, Venice Music. There's a bunch of indie labels out here, Empire, that are trying to help music artists. They provide distribution services as well, and they provide label services. But what you get out of those label services depends on how much cool shit you got rocking yourself. So even if you are going to have a strategic partnership with an independent label, you need to know how to market and promote your own music so that if it's 4 weeks before you're supposed to release your music and nobody has a fucking marketing plan, you're like, hey guys, this is what we're doing. Like, you know how to market it. You're not putting all of your trust into them and allowing them to let you down. No, you are partnering with them and making the best of all of the resources that they're giving you. Maybe you don't have to make graphics now. Maybe you don't have to worry about, having certain things turned around and made that you had to do on your own. So independent labels does not any label does not mean that all of your problems go away. You still need to know how to run this shit by yourself to know if they're doing a good job. Because that's how a lot of these artists get shelves is they put all of their trust into getting signed and to getting a label. And then when they get to the label, they're just like, so what's next? And no one is guiding them, no one is directing them. And so they just get shelved. They're just stuck. Nothing's happening for them. I never want that to happen to any music artist because you can do this shit on your own. So why did you just sign your rights away to a partner who's not going to help you? Yeah, and industry professionals to amplify your reach and resources. So I mean, a very strategic partnership would be partnering with me. I'm just saying, you guys, I provide a whole bunch of services. And it's because I just am doing the work that I feel like a lot of people in the music industry, because I have friends who work at Billboard, who work at fucking shit. If I have to think about all the places I have friends at, a lot of labels, Def Jam, Atlantic, RCA, and even indie labels, AWOL, Empire, all of that. They want to help. There's not enough hours in the day. There's not enough time, and they also do not have they're not allowed to work with every cool artist that they want to, because they have to work with the artists who are making the label money. So that they have to put their priority on those artists. And so yeah, me being independent, I have the ability to put energy into all of the artists that are going through the cracks and not getting the attention that they need. Like, people who are signed to labels still work with me because, again, they're not getting the attention that they need from labels, and they still need marketing and promotion. They still need branding services. They still need to figure out what kind of content that they need to create. That's the thing. A lot of labels will give you generic ass ideas. And it's like, how do I make this work for me though? That's what you hire me for. And my last tip for navigating in the industry independently is financial literacy. Y'all gotta know how to budget your money. You have to know how to manage your money once it comes in. It, like, literally, if I did not have an LLC set up when I got tour funding from the independent label when I was managing Zyabel, I would not have been able to collect the tour funding if I didn't have my LLC set up with a business account at Chase to accept the funds. Because they were not going to give me $25,000 to Jasmine Bogard, but they'll give $25,000 to No Conformity for business purposes. Also, I had to do a budget showing them where all that money was going so that they had the confidence to invest that money in me. And I, like, when everything was wrapped, I had a whole, like a whole report for them, a whole expense report showing them where all of their money went, because it was gone. Okay. We spent every dime. So yeah, financial literacy is very, very important. You also, like, I feel like a lot of music artists might be like, that's for the manager. And a lot of managers might be like, that's for the business manager or the accountant. You guys got to know how to do this yourself so that you don't get played. You, like, I have seen music artists who were getting 35% of their income taken away from them before it even hit their account. Going out to lawyers, going out to business accountants. They're like, one of their lawyers was a lawyer, got a 5% for being a lawyer, 5% for being on her management team, and 5% going to business management because he was a part of all of it. So he was getting 15% from her. Everyone else was getting like 5 to 10%. But still, when it was time for her to buy a house, the business accountant was like, "You don't have enough money." And she was like, "What the fuck? I have billions of streams. I'm a multi-platinum artist and I don't have enough money to buy my fucking house." Don't start paying attention to your money when it's gone out the window. Pay attention to it from the jump. Okay? Be smart, you guys. I don't want any of you guys to ever be played and not know where your money is going, or even just trust that your money is going somewhere and it's not going somewhere. And even with that being said, don't be stingy with your money. If you have, like, if you are down to pay everybody except for the person closest to you who's getting it out of the mud with you, you're never covering their travel, you're never covering their food, you're never making sure that when I have extra money, I'm breaking you off. Or, oh, that time when you paid for us to have a place to stay in New York because we had nowhere to stay, I'm gonna get you back for that because we just got a budget. Like, let me pay you back. Like, also pay the people who are working with you and for you, because they deserve it, and they are always going to put you before themselves a lot. Like, if you're an artist manager, it takes a certain kind of person to do that because we do a lot of work for free. I'm just saying, pay them. Okay. Anyways, going on to um the importance of stable careers, y'all. in the digital age, like sustainability, like we talked about this before, but it, as you can see, like even just saying that, something came over me because some of this shit is not sustainable. Everybody is worried about going viral and having real quick shit that just, comes and goes. But it's not being sustainable, it's not a buzzword. Like, it's needed for you to be able to thrive in this digital age. So as technology keeps growing and as the landscape of the music industry keeps changing, because where we are getting our music from keeps changing, so how we promote our music to get to the consumer keeps changing, we have to keep changing as well and adapt to the new trends, adapt to the new consumer behaviors, adapt to the new marketing dynamics. And even this analytics, what the where did we get our analytics from before social media? You know what I'm saying? People used to have to do surveys and shit like that. Like, take advantage of us having all of this shit at our fingertips and you being able to have access to all of this information that if this was 10 years ago, I don't think we had this. You know what I'm saying? Like, even just 10 years ago, we didn't have this. So having a sustainable career, and which is having a sustainable business if you are in the music industry. Your career is a business. And being able to just operate as an entity no matter what happens. Because things are always going to be uncertain. Like, things are always going to change. But that's what I have learned about just being independent, being able to do this yourself, is that your sustainability and stuff, it all comes into your own hands and it all comes down to how much you are learning and how much you are growing and how much you are developing as the times are changing. You have to develop and grow with the times. So, building sustainable profitability. These are the things that I want you to consider when it comes to building something sustainable for yourself. Having a long-term vision, okay? Not just thinking about what I need to do this week, what I need to do for this single, no, what do I want to do like 5 years from now in my career? And realistically, like, do I want to be on festivals? Do I want to have my own tour? Do I want to be doing late night performances? But having a long-term vision and then breaking it down into manageable chunks and working your way back to where you are now, that's going to help you move forward. And that's going to help you have a clear vision, build a strategic plan for your career, for your business, and be able to continue to grow. A lot of times, people have visions and don't know how to execute it. And so they don't go anywhere and they don't grow because I have this vision of wanting to be a platinum rapper. How the fuck you gonna do that though? How you getting there? And what are you doing every day to make that happen? What are you doing every week to make that happen? Every month, every quarter, every year? When do you think that's gonna happen for you? How are you assessing your results and if they're working if you're just taking this shit week by week and day by day as it comes? No, have some long-term vision. Brand building. So that is why I teach branding. It's not just because, like, oh, I this is something that I can sell you guys and teach you how to do. No, it's because you actually need that. You need to have a brand if you are a music artist. Your brand identity is your artist identity because you are the brand. If you are a music curator or if you are a music blog, and you're on here, that is your brand. What's different about your blog? Like, there is, Cheyenne, who her branding is about sweets. So it's all about, the sweet playlist and all of that. And she has exclusivity with with oh my gosh, Audio Mac. So that's who she creates her playlists and things for. There's the Yams playlist. There's different types of vibes and stuff. So you have to invest in building a strong brand identity and cultivating meaningful relationships that align with your brand identity within your community. If you're just like, I like music, and you don't specify if it's hip hop, if it's rap, if it's R&B, if it's rock, if it's pop, if it's bedroom pop. Like, how are you building meaningful relationships in the music community if you, like, there's different communities and different consumers for each community, so you have to have a strong brand identity that's going to help you cultivate meaningful relationships with your audience and with people around you, and that is going to give you loyalty, and that is going to give you repeat business. Like for me, I have a lot of clients who we work on a 3-month basis, um, um, and I have to have that minimum because I'm like, I can't do shit with you in 1 month. Like I need time to build a plan. I need time for us to execute that plan, and then I need time for us to analyze that plan to see how it worked, and if things didn't work, how we can rework it. So that is that's how you have repeat business though, is after these 3 months, if you like doing that shit and you trying to do this shit all over again, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, a lot of my repeat business and things, I have to work on that as well. I have to work on my own branding as a company because I have been so focused on doing the work that I don't feel like I've locked in with my branding. Like everybody likes the way that my shit looks, but I want to have consistent customers so that I don't have to do this shit as much, if that makes sense, so that I can chill. I don't want to spend so much time marketing my business that I don't actually get to help music artists the way that I want to because I'm so busy trying to market and promote the fact that I can help them, you know? Adaptability. That's a really big thing too. I feel like sometimes people find what works and then they keep trying to do it, or they just keep trying to do different versions of what worked before, and you need to be able to change. You need to be able to change because things change so quickly. Like we've seen with social media trends. Social media trend so quickly, you have to jump on top of it, or next week it might not even be something people are looking for or give a fuck about. So being able to be adaptable to the changing market dynamics, the way that people like to receive their music, the way that people like to see their content, and learning those consumer preferences and how these different apps, how people are getting their things on different apps. Like for me, I do hero content, which is like these workshops or my long live streams that I do on Fridays with other music industry professionals. Then I repost those on YouTube. That's my hero long form content because that's what performs best. Me doing my live streams on Instagram has gotten me more Instagram followers. Me reposting those live streams on YouTube as YouTube episodes has gotten my YouTube following going up. And that's because an hour long live stream is not going, like, who the fuck's watching that on TikTok? Nobody. Okay, but you're gonna watch that on YouTube, or even you're gonna have it playing in the background like a podcast while you're doing your workout. You know what I'm saying? So you have to adapt what you're doing and make it relevant and competitive based on what works well on each different platform. And it is hard. It's a lot of work. That's why I'm here to help you guys. And continuing to learn. Knowledge is infinite. You're never going to know everything. And even by the time you learn everything, all the time that it took for you to learn all of that, new stuff has happened. So commit to lifelong learning and professional development, and staying ahead of industry trends, and always trying to refine your skills. So even if you have a brand identity, you change. The stuff that you like change. The kind of music that you like changes it. Don't feel locked into that. Refine and redefine your brand identity as you change and your vibe change project to project, and learning where to find people. Like maybe sync licensing isn't going to be the big thing. Maybe the big thing is now getting your music in video games or getting your music in commercials. Learning how to do that and staying ahead of these trends instead of being reactive to things as they happen to you. Be proactive and preventative and stay ahead of it, so that you don't feel like you're constantly adapting to change, but you are constantly learning and growing so that when these changes happen, you're like, oh, like for me, I just bought a social media audit from someone who I love the content that she creates, but she didn't give me anything crazy in that social media audit. She told me all the shit that I know that I'm supposed to be doing that I haven't had the time to do recently. And I feel like my content has been sucking because of that. But it's like, bitch, you knew better. You shouldn't, if you knew that you were not creating your best content ever, you shouldn't have asked someone to analyze your or do an audit on your profile and tell you why your shit's not doing well. It's not doing well because you're not creating your best content. like create your best content, and then if that shit's not going up, get a social media profile audit or something. Or maybe you're having trouble telling your story and you need help storytelling. There's certain, people who can help you tell your story. Like for me, I have had to learn how to market and promote myself, not as an artist manager, but as an artist consultant who wants to help develop artists. I know how to market music artists. How do I market myself to music artists so that they know that I know what I'm doing and that I can help them? That's what I've had to learn how to do. And it's not an overnight process. I'm still learning how to do it, and that's why I'm doing all of these digital products, me repackaging these as courses for anybody who wasn't here to learn from me directly. And that's why you guys, for being here, I'm giving you guys the replay for free. If you guys are like, damn, I learned so much, or I want to share this, da da da, when is Jazz doing that again? That's marketing. That's from you guys. If you guys talk about this, that's, you know what I'm saying? Tell word of mouth, saying that to your friends, that's only establishing me as a knowledge in the industry. And that's what I wanted to do. How the fuck are y'all gonna know that my shit works? Like it really just comes with time. And community engagement, engaging with the music community, support fellow artists, contribute positively to the community and to, collaborative and collective success. It's not about competition. Competition's out. It's about collaboration. Okay? And you with your marketing degree, sis, me with my journalism degree. Like, like I don't even work in TV anymore. But me knowing how having a journalism degree, it's easy for me to interview music artists, to interview people in the music community because she's a journalist. So I'm inquisitive. It's easy to me for me to ask people a bunch of questions. It's also easy for me to talk to you guys like this because I have a journalism degree. I used to talk on TV. Like if I'm not scared to talk on the news, I shouldn't be scared to talk on here. And thank you so much. You're marketing your ass off because I'm finna book a one-on-one. Oh, come on. Oh, I appreciate that. But really, community engagement is really big because the music industry sucks, but the music community is so much better. I am a part of the music industry, whether I like it or not. I'm a part of the music industry because I have to be. I help music artists, and like I said, I'm in here whether I want to be or not. But in the music community, really get on Twitter. If y'all not on Twitter, you missing out because all we do is talk to each other. That's all we do on that app is talk to each other. We share our thoughts, we comment on other people's thoughts, we might post a picture about our thought or a video about our thought, but all we're doing is talking to each other. That's the easiest way to build community. It's not about judging each other based on our appearances or keeping people's attention with our videos. All we are doing is talking, right? So get on Twitter. That's where I've gotten a lot of clients, like Key, who is on here. She has done mentorship sessions with me. I'm cool with her manager, Seti. We're friends on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And Seti followed me for like over a year before he even asked me to work with him and his artists. But we're in the same community together, and we are here to collab. And that's the thing. I'm an artist manager. What if Seti was like, I don't want her working with my artist. She might try to steal my artist. But no, he knows me and he trusts me and he knows like you know what I'm saying? But you have to be in a community with people to trust each other, to even know, like, no, Jazz is not going to do that to me. Jazz is not going to come in here and steal my artist from me. Like, she's going to help me and my artist. And so that comes from community, that comes from support, that comes from Seti being, you know what I'm saying, being like, oh, thank you, appreciate you. But Seti being a part of my ecosystem, and me. Yeah. So it's really hard for me to articulate into words how much I love the music community. Because if I talk about it too much, I'll start crying because the music industry is really fucking mean. It's very fucking fake. You don't know who's really your friends or who are just like when I was on Doja Cat's management team, I had so many friends, so many people who wanted to go out for coffee and go to lunch and go, you know what I'm saying? But the ones who stuck around when I started doing this shit independently, those are my real friends. Those are my friends that I break bread with, that make money with me, that who if they need my help, I'm doing marketing campaigns with them for free. Like those are my friends. You know what I'm saying? So but it's very hard to find those people unless something like this happens. Like if I would have kept on working for Doja Cat, who knows how many fake people would have pretended to be my friend, you know? I had to step out on my own and do this independently to see who continues to support me when the clout is gone and when I am just doing good work, and who support me just to support me. And that support comes a lot easier in the music community. I'm not going to say that someone from the music community isn't going to snake you out. I'm just saying you get to know people a lot better, in a better way without this monkey on your shoulder of this is what I do. What can you do for me? Which I feel like is so toxic and such a huge part of not just the music industry, but the entertainment industry as a whole. And so I know that, building a business for yourself, there's common challenges. So I wanted to address these challenges because I'm going to answer them too. And then we're going to go into Q&A and you guys can ask me any questions that you have. So, common challenges when it comes to like building some shit for yourself, financial constraints. I understand it. Niggas is broke. I get it. I get, like I feel it. We need jobs. Like I get it. But that's why I am preaching independent profitability, but not just for you to make money for yourself, but how to do this shit on your own for free. Okay? For free 99. Okay? Even with me asking you guys for stuff, yes, you can pay me $850 a month for me to make your brand story and all this shit, or you can buy a $50 toolkit because I sell digital products as well, where there's a project planning toolkit, a content planning toolkit, a tour planning toolkit. If you're like, fuck, I don't even know what's supposed to go into a release plan, I sell a 6-week release plan where you can, and it's just a generic release plan. Of course, if you pay me more for a one-on-one session and I make the content or I make the ideas for you, or if I tell you how to do this release plan and adapt it for you and your song and all of that, but I'm a get it. I got shit for people at all levels. So whether you can afford time with me on the phone, whether you can afford multiple times with me on the phone a month for, the white glove services where I do this shit for you, or if you got $50 to just watch my videos and do this shit yourself, I'm giving it to you where you can. And even those courses, like the project planning course that I have now is a perfect example, but it's these tutorial videos with a free workbook, with the presentation slides, with the worksheets that you would get in these toolkits that I sell for $50 as well. So yeah, you're paying $250, but you're getting hella shit for free. And I'm teaching you how to do this shit without having to get me on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about making money in my sleep. I'm like, how can I teach the most people possible without spending as much as my time? Because all I have is 6 hours a day where my little 3-year-old is at daycare. That's all I got to invest in me, to invest in music artists, all of that. So I had to make digital products so that more people could get my help without needing me necessarily. Sorry, again, the ADHD. Sorry about that. But yes, I understand that there are financial constraints. The market saturation, so the amount of people here, this is why I teach branding so that you can cut through the noise. Because yeah, but like 100,000 people release music every day. Is it good? Even if it is good, do we want to listen to it? Do we care about the people releasing the music? How do you get them to care? That's what I teach y'all how to do. Um, Industry disruption. So the rapid technological advances disrupting traditional music business models. It's a great thing for us. It's got these music industry people shaking in their boots. They don't know where to put their money. They don't know what's going to pay off because everything is changing so fastly. And so yeah, I could understand that being a challenge, but I mean, I'm a little miss positive because everything I'm already telling you guys how to overcome these challenges as I'm listing out the challenges because I'm so like just results oriented. I just can't help it. But mental health, this is not talked about enough. But this is why my show is called the Showbiz Mindset because this shit is depressing. How depressing is it to work on your music, to share it with people, and for people to say it's not good enough? Like, no matter where you're at, your your success depending on other people liking you, that shit's hard. That shit's very fucking hard. And it can make you a people pleaser. It can make you change who you are into just being someone who wants to be liked. But that the stress of that, the burnout of always trying to make content to be visible so that your music can be seen and heard by people, you know, a lot of that plays into your emotional well-being. And if we are not prioritizing our mental health or even acknowledging the fact that these issues exist, then you're not getting help for it. And so taking breaks between your releases, to not make content, to not think about content, to not think about promoting your music, taking breaks after you just recorded an EP, even if you just recorded some songs. I just got out 5 to 10 songs. I don't know if it's gonna be an EP. I don't know if they're just gonna be loosies. Celebrate that though and take a break. Music artists never turn off, and that's how they end up having mental breaks and mental breakdowns in front of people. That's how they go on live streams having tangents, complaining and crying about their success, is because their team didn't give them the rest and the breaks that they need to prioritize their mental health. And so their team is like, oh, we need to get him a therapist. No, let's not get me a cardiologist after I have a heart attack. Okay. Let's get the help before it's an emergency, before I have the mental breakdown on live, you know? Oof, legal and copyright issues, you guys. Are you guys negotiating your terms and agreeing to splits before the music is released? If you're not, I need you to. Because what you don't want is nobody agreed to terms before the song came out. The song blows up, becomes huge, and now everybody wants more than they really contributed. Let's discuss terms and let's talk about who gets what before my song even comes out so that you're not over here. Because at the end of the day, if you guys don't agree on terms, you cannot collect royalties. Like, if the terms are not all agreed upon and given to these royalty collection agencies and these PROs. Sorry, I could not think of it off the top of my head. But the PROs and the performance rights organizations and all of the people who collect the royalties for you, whether it is Sound Exchange, getting your digital streaming royalties, your performance royalties. We're not here to talk about royalties because I could talk about that all day. But none of them can collect them unless your terms and your splits are agreed to and reported in. And if you get a hit, who that that's your money. You know what I'm saying? So legal and copyright issues. Also, oh my God, samples. If it is a sample of a song, if you are doing like so many people release covers, and I'm like, did you have the licensing for this? Like, are you making money off of this? Because how did you release this cover? Like, did you get their permission for this? Like, and I feel like they're just thinking, well, it passed the copyright issue on DistroKid, so it should be fine. Okay, okay. All right. I have to head into work now, but I just had to say this workshop series has really brought on a lot of accessible ways to further my brand reach. Thank you so much. And I look forward to working together in the future. Oh, thank you. Yes. All you guys, drop your socials in this chat so that you guys can follow each other. Build your music community right now. Because if all of you guys are here, y'all are in the music community. Okay. Like do the networking now. Um, So this was me literally just addressing them same challenges. That's why the picture didn't change or nothing. But budget management when it comes to financial challenges, that can even come down to you just planning out your release. Having a budget, managing your budget so that you know how much money you're working on or how much you need to work for, having a goal of like when I get 5K saved up, I'm going to spend it. This is how I'm going to spend it. This is what I'm going to spend it on, all of that kind of stuff. That all comes down to budget management. Your niche focus. So that is going to help you stand out in a crowded market, identify and target niche audiences to differentiate yourself. Um, Now the innovation that came back to the technology, like I was saying, like as all these things start changing and we don't have to rely on the traditional label system, use that to your advantage. And yes, self-care when it comes to the mental health issues, I need you guys to prioritize self-care. I need to prioritize self-care, which is why I'm taking time off in the month of May to prioritize my own self-care. But yeah, seek support from peers, mentors, mental health professionals, and always when it comes to copyrights, terms, splits, get legal support. Get a lawyer. Okay? That is you can't fake a lawyer. LegalZoom cannot do your term agreements for you, okay? So get a lawyer, get a music lawyer. Make sure that they practice music law, okay? Because not just any lawyer. You can't get the lawyer off of the back of the bus who's going to help you get out of a car accident. Um, all right, y'all. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Unmute yourself. Ask me your questions. And yeah, let's wrap this up. Any questions for me? I'm so happy to have all of you guys in here. Don't be shy, y'all.
Hi.
Hi.
So my name is Destiny. I just wanted to know, I'm gonna book the one-on-one, but are you
Yeah.
able to answer like any questions with the on during the one-on-one? Like because I have a lot of questions, but it's like pertaining more to like knowing the industry more. Because I know some stuff, I don't know much like at all.
Yeah. I can help you with whatever you need help with, but we're only going to have an hour. So what we talk about depends on whatever you want to talk about. That's what I'll help you out with. But that whatever I have knowledge on. If but don't worry. When you book your session with me, like I said, you're going to go on my website. You're going to fill out a form. It's going to ask you like the stuff that you want help on, and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to make an agenda for you.
Okay.
And you'll be able to be like, okay, yes, this is everything that I want to talk about. Or you can be like, ooh, I want to talk about this too. Can we try to put this in there? So it's not just like you pay me $300 and then we jump on Zoom. Like, no, there's shit to this.
Okay, cool. Um,
Okay, I got
that's
you.
pretty much the only question I had. I guess I'll wait till the one-on-one because I have a lot of questions now, but I just can't think of anything right now. So I'm just gonna just wait. But thank you.
You're welcome. Any questions that you guys have about making money in music? That's what have you guys tried any of these things that I was talking about on here and they didn't work out for you the way that they wanted, or that you wanted them to work out for you? Let me know.
I have. I mean, I'm gonna let other people talk too, but I definitely have. Um, and it definitely has not worked. Well, I wouldn't say it didn't work, but it didn't work how I imagined it would. Like I everything comes out of my pocket. I'm doing everything. I have a YouTube I'm just trying to basically I film like the behind the scenes of me recording and shooting my own videos. Basically just doing as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like I'm not doing much. I'm just ordering things off Amazon, like the lights and the cameras and stuff like that. But it's it's like I don't know, maybe I'm my biggest critic and I'm just like being very discouraging instead of being optimistic and looking at like the fact that I'm able to do these things and stuff like that. But I don't know, it's just like a little bit. I'm gonna let Bernice talk.
No, I think her mic might have accidentally
Oh,
been on. Yeah.
so you
Um
promote myself as much as I can, but it's still, I don't know. I'm
no,
still
yeah. I feel you. I feel you. And that's the thing too, is that if the promotion isn't working the way that you want it to, you have to go back to the drawing board and you have to figure out what's not working. Even and if all of your videos are performing in the same way, then everything's not working. Like I'm not telling a story that people can relate to. Maybe I'm not saying things that can help build a community and stuff like that. So when you if you work with me on branding or if you work with me with social media strategy, I help build brand pillars for that reason, so that we know what we're talking about when we want to start marketing and promoting you as an audience. We know who your community is, we know who we're trying to make this content for, because that's going to help us come up with ideas to make content. One of my favorite Gen Z babies is my artist Ayana. That's my client that I manage. She's the same age as my sister. But even with her, like I might not be able, I'm a millennial. I can't make captions as good as her, but I'll always make something and she'll put it into her own voice. Or even YouTube captions. She's like, "Oh, you're so good at this." And it's like, girl, I just looked at Monet McMichaels and what she be writing for her vlogs, and you had a vlog, so I just adapted it to what you were talking about for your vlog today, based on what a very popular vlogger who is your same age does for her vlogs. You know what I'm saying? So when I say work smart, not hard, there's someone out here doing what you want to do who is doing it very successfully. And you need to look at what they are doing right. Even if you're an independent R&B artist and there's another independent R&B artist who is going up, what are they doing right? What are they doing wrong? What can I do better? What can I do for me as an independent R&B artist at the level that I'm at right now to help me get to that next level? And don't always shoot for the Summer Walkers. Maybe you need to shoot for a Destin Conrad or an Ombre level. You know what I'm saying? Like shoot for that as your next goal. Like I have 1,000 followers. I want 100,000 monthly listeners or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody always shoots for the pop icons and stuff, but you guys have to understand those are the exceptions, not the standards. And so if you like, you don't have to be the exception to make money as a music artist. You know what I'm saying? Like Jill Scott, when's the last Jill Scott album that was popping? She could still go touring right now today. And it's because she built a fan base. She built a community of people who like Jill Scott. Okay? You know? And we continue to like Jill Scott. When she be freaky with the microphone, we're older now. We get the jokes. We like that as well. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I'm talking about, that's how you build a fan base. That's what it's about, to have a sustainable career. It's not always about being the most poppin' person who is the most popular and whatever. You know what I'm saying? We're not all going to be Beyonce, and that's okay. But you could still have a profiting music career where you don't have to do anything else but work for yourself and do what you love, you know? And so Jaden, she had a question. She said, is it ever too early to have merch? I've gone back and forth because I can design stuff myself. I just don't know if I have enough of an audience. So
Hello.
hello. What's going on? Oh my gosh, I get to see the girl herself. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am
This is
doing
Bailey, by the way, if you hear dog sounds.
hi. Bailey with a B.
Yes, like the alcohol, because I got her in college.
Very cute. Well, thank you for all of your support. You have supported so many of my live streams. I think we're friends on Twitter, right?
We are, and I love your YouTube. I be studying. I be studying, okay?
And look, if I'm doing something right, if it's getting into the hands of the right people. But yeah, so to answer your question, when it comes to merch, you have to have an audience who will buy it from you. So there is a time when it's too early. If you do not have at least 5,000 monthly listeners on your Spotify, you need to work on getting people to like you as a brand so that they will want to buy your merch, because merch is not only them supporting you as an artist, but them also supporting you as a brand. So why am I supporting you as a brand if you haven't done any branding? And if I don't like, what is your brand? You know what I'm saying? Like, so
Yeah. No, that's actually where I am. I feel like this year ma'am, I feel like this year I really want to, she said I want to be in the camera. This year I really wanted to like build community and an audience, and like I have a lot of ideas for merch, but I just don't want to move too soon if, it's not going to be like successful. I feel like I could focus my efforts into other things, especially since, like you said, there's a lot of sustainability and there's a lot of things to do. And so if I need to put my energy into other things, I might as well hold off on designing merch because I can do that at any point in time. But I was also going to say, what do you think about partnering with like small business owners? Some of my ideas, they're kind of niche, maybe like a promise ring. So I was thinking maybe looking for small business owners who might be looking to do that. Would you think that would be sustainable?
I think that that's so cool because it's mutually beneficial. So it's great for the business owner and it's great for you as well. But you still have to, and I'm saying this because I have not checked out your branding or, anything. Like, we're just friends on Twitter. So I don't know
Mhm.
what your fan base is, but you also have to have established branding, and you have to have a certain, even to be a micro influencer and to entice partnerships at this level, you have to have something going on and a clear vision
Yeah.
and a clear brand. Now, doing merch for yourself, if it is a one-off collaboration, you can do that at any time, but you have to have an audience who wants that from you. So
Mhm.
if merch is a goal of yours and you want to start doing merch, just get some samples for yourself and start wearing your merch in content that you're doing so that other people ask for it, because now you're building an anticipation for it. Like, where did you get your shirt? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and have it be really cool, funny stuff. Like, if I were, Olivia Rodrigo and it was the sour era, having a t-shirt with like that kind of sour font, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like in the middle saying something, that would make sense. So have it be relatable to your branding, to your music, and to whatever message you're doing right now.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm definitely still working on branding. Don't look at me yet. I'm
Okay.
hiding.
Okay. I won't look at you yet, but that was a really good question. Anybody else before I jump off?
I have a question real quick, Jasmine, if that's cool. Kumaro here. Just want to ask about the LLC in the beginning. So I've done a few different things. I've gotten people to pay for reviews and features and that kind of stuff. And so to me, it hasn't been significant though. I'm talking like less than $500.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to know, like, in terms of like because to file an LLC and the paperwork and all, it's all, it's investment as well. It's time consuming. And so at what point do you feel that it becomes like like it makes sense to go for the LLC? Like, I know you mentioned, having the big money in the business account, and you need all that to kind of have a business account, right? The LLC is necessary, and doing business as a DBA, that's a whole other thing too.
Mhm.
At what point do you think it's good to like start? Does it make sense?
I think that whenever you have the extra money to do it, the sooner the better. Because it's always better to be prepared and to stay ready so that you don't have to get ready. Again, I made my LLC. I started taking on, I stopped working at Sal& Co. in August 2021, and my LLC, I started that process in December 2021. I had 2 clients in between that time, and I did not start accepting money or anything like big budgets and stuff from labels until the following year. So I did not wait until I was making money to set up an LLC and to set up a business account for myself. I set up my LLC because you need an LLC before you can set up a business account.
Right.
So I did my LLC first, and then I got my EIN, which is
Yep.
my tax paying number, which is basically my social security number for my company. And then I opened up my business account with Chase. I did all of this before I was even making money. Like I just had it because I don't know. I don't know. I was just like,
It's, I
honestly,
mean, it's
I
the right
believe
thing
in
to
God
do.
and God
You're
people
doing the
stuff
right
before.
thing for sure.
Like,
Yeah, I
don't
get
know
you.
why I needed it, but I knew, but you know, God was just like, get it. And I was like, okay. So
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
yeah. If you have the money to do it, do it
Okay.
as quickly as you can. So that when you need it, you don't have to go, because that shit is a process and it takes time. And it's not like, oh, I got my LLC, oh, got my business account. Nah, it's gonna take some time and some months, and you know, things be happening.
For
Um,
sure. Okay. Thank
so
you so much.
you're
And thank you for
welcome.
everything. I gotta jump to going over my time as well at work, but thank you. This has been great. You're amazing. Everyone's been cool too. So thank you for all this, and can't wait to see what you do.
Thank you so much.
Take
Appreciate
care.
you.
Bye.
Bye. All right, y'all. Any more questions before we jump? I've had so much fun with you guys.
Don't hate me, but I have one more question.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a
I
question
was about to
too.
say, yeah, you can go ahead. You can go
Wait,
ahead.
let Calvin go first.
I was gonna say, how can I get my music? How can I send my music to you if I wanted it to be heard?
I'm gonna start doing that. So follow me on TikTok. I'm gonna start doing that on live streams. I'm gonna start like having people just send music to my email, and I'll start reviewing it on live streams so that I can give like in-person feedback and stuff. That's gonna be my new thing that I'm gonna start doing, because I think a lot of people need feedback on their music, and you know, I'm down to help. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's the best way.
On TikTok, right?
You said what?
You said on TikTok?
Yep, on TikTok. And my
All right.
email is
Cool.
on TikTok too for you to send it to me as well.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, Destiny, one last question and then we'll jump off.
Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. But I wanted to jump back on what you was talking about with the LLC. So you need the LLC for like merch and things, right? Or is that just like to if you want to sell merch and stuff like that, don't you need the LLC? Or would it be like any illegal action?
I think you do to
Or
be
to
able
sell
to
online?
sell merch. You know, honestly, I've never sold merch without an LLC, so I can't tell you. Like, but you know, again, I've just always stayed ready so I don't have to get ready. So it's kind of like when you are setting up Shopify accounts and different things like that. Like, I mean, I have an Etsy account. I don't know if that's linked to my LLC. It might be, but some of those questions and stuff that they ask, it hasn't even stayed in my brain because I didn't not have it. You know what I'm saying? So like if I didn't have what I needed to be able to sell merch, then I would have maybe remembered that I needed an LLC to do it. But since I had it, it just, you know, I don't know if you do or don't need it, but just get one, girl. Cause
Right.
the last thing we want is the IRS coming
Oh,
after us.
yeah.
Okay. Period. Period.
Okay. Thank you so much. I
You're
really appreciate this.
welcome.
I was just scrolling on TikTok and you popped up and I was like, hold up. And this is what I was needing. So I appreciate it. I thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, you guys, that's my time. I'm gonna jump off here so I have 30 minutes of rest before my son comes home from daycare. But thank you guys all so much. Follow me everywhere. And yeah, let's continue talking to each other and being a part of each other's music communities. Yeah. All right, have a good one. Bye, you guys.